All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, call I'm La Alahaina wa Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Hawakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well and teach well, and a hearty Shalom to the elect. All right, it's your brother Karat Desire back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And America is singing his last song, man. All right, as you can see in Trump's first 100 days as a president, all right, he has done a lot of shaking of the American people's hopes, dreams, uh, their finances, the things that they would receive from other countries as far as, goods and services. All these things are on their way out the door because the Lord is bringing America down, okay? All right. So this is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render her a recompense." And the recompense that the Lord is about to put on America, Babylon the Great, aka the land of Edom, all right, is a destroying wind, all right, and you can read about that in Revelations, the 7th chapter, all right. That destroying wind is what's going to come and deliver that recompense to you Edomites on the Lord's behalf of you so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, all right, you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. So we need to flee up out of this place. And what I mean by flee up out of this place is stop following after the ways of this place, okay? Because you see the ways of this place are slowly dwindling down. They're being taken away from you, right? What I mean by that is people aren't, you know, having and or keeping jobs, okay? If people can't have and or keep a job, how are they going to provide for their family, all right? Things like that is going to, cause Isaiah 4:1 to happen, where women will be able to bake their own bread, just would like to be called by the elect man's last name, bear that elect man's last name. People can't afford to keep a job. People can't keep a job. People are not going to be able to afford the cost of goods that's coming into America, okay? Because the cost of goods that's coming into America, they're going to be at a 100 percent markup. And most of the stuff that comes into America comes from China, all right? Well, China and America, their tariff war is only going to drastically affect you so-called Americans, all right? This is why you need to get up out of this mindset of being an American, because you see that the American way, all right, is falling down. The American way is not going to survive anything that the Lord is about to put on it, okay? All right. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, "Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earthen drunk. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad and they're deranged." All right. They have sipped the Babylonian juice, and with them sipping that Babylonian juice, taking on their doctrines, which caused them to take on their doctrines and their philosophies in order to get support, financial support, military support from America. So an example, people would have to, of other nations, they would have to accept homosexuality within their country, all right? There are some countries over there in Africa that did not accept that type of lifestyle within their country, and they were shunned and shamed by America. Well, America's the biggest shameless entity on the earth, okay? All right. But that's one way they're deranged, in order to get financial support and military support from America, they had to drink the juice of Babylon, all right? Partake in the ways of wickedness, okay? This is one reason why America is going to be, flat as a pancake, man, all right, when them thermonuclear missiles hit, all right? Verse 8, it says, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her, if so she may be healed." All right, and there's no healing this place, okay? The only thing that's gonna somewhat heal this place is the killing of everybody and everything in it, okay? And this place, you can read in Isaiah, the 34th chapter, is still going to be an uninhabited wasteland only by, you know, certain birds and animals that the Lord is going to put here. Also, it says there's going to be a line of confusion drawn out, meaning you're not going to know where New York is from Texas or California from Georgia, okay? And you're not even going to want to think upon this place when you're in the kingdom, because all this place has done to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians is promote and push forth wickedness, okay? So as America suffers, all right, from the political regime of Donald Trump and the global elites, okay, because he's just a puppet, all right? He's just a puppet that's following orders, okay? And everybody is following the orders of Yahweh Shem Shai. So with them being under subjection of the Lord, and then those individuals being over subjection to Donald Trump, they're all following orders, all right? And the end of their reign, okay, is going to end in destruction, okay? All right, there's two geese out here fighting. Now it's three of them. They jumping this one goose. All right, let me get this in Job. Got caught up looking at them birds. This is Job, because this is what's going to happen to America. All right, Esau is going to put all his apples in one bag, and the Lord's about to just do away with that. All right. I'm just trying to find it. I know it's in Job 20. All right, this is Job chapter 20. And I don't want to start all the way at the top, but I might have to. This is Job 20:4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? So the time that Esau Edom has is dwindling down, all right? It's only but for a short time. It's only for a moment, all right? Where these animals and us as the Lord's people won't have to deal with this wickedness anymore, okay? All right, it seemed like it's a long time, but we know 1,000 years is a day to the Lord and vice versa, according to what it says in 2 Peter 3:9, all right? Or 3:10, 3:9, all right? No, 3:8, Salakia, all right? It says here, the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Esau Edom's place is this whole world. If you go back to the curses, Salakia, the blessings that Isaac had given Esau and Jacob, all right? Esau, this is his place, man. America is, you know, the last footprint Esau Edom is going to have within the world, because he's been ruling dominantly, okay, since the Greek time period, all right? And when I say dominantly, I mean he's had a rule throughout the globe, okay, all right? And it started in the Greek time period. If I say Roman, Salakia, all right? But he's not going to be around anymore, all right? This place, which is the earth as of right now, which is his because the Lord gave it to him, all right? It's not going to behold him anymore. It's not going to look upon him. And when the earth does look upon Esau Edom, the next time it's going to look upon him after this kingdom is done away with, he's going to be in chains, man. He's going to be in slavery, okay? He's going to be subject to Yahweh Shem Shai and the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians that are the Lord's people, okay? Let me skip over. This is Job chapter 20. and verse 20. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Therefore shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked, and that wicked right there means a worker or a slave, all right, shall come upon him. And we just had an instance where there was a major protest, mainly in America, and I heard about some places around the world a few weeks ago about protesting against Trump. All right, those protesters, all right, are workers, are everyday laborers, all right, of America and throughout the four corners of the globe where Trump's dictatorship affects those people. All right, those people stood up. They was out there protesting a few weeks ago. Things like this are happening because guess what? We are in the end times, man. We are in the end times. All right. It says here, verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And this is what, we pray and hope for to be able to see from those chariots. All right. And we pray and hope that the Lord allows us to go through, make it out and escape Jacob's trouble. Okay. Because Jacob's trouble, all right, is something that needs to happen for 2/3 of our people, all right, and that's going to happen by the hand of Esau. The Lord's going to allow Esau to rain havoc throughout the globe on you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians because he's the Lord's whipping stick, but the Lord's going to whoop his ass after that, all right? And we want to be in those chariots, all right, like it says in Revelation 15, looking down, man, singing a new song to the Lord while we watch America be destroyed, all right? This is Job 20:24. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and a bow of steel shall strike him through. And that's them thermonuclear missiles, man. All right. And I was just looking at a news article about Russia. They have a thermonuclear missile that they can shoot from a submarine, and as of right now, it travels up to 700 miles underwater. That's a long distance underwater. All right. And the Lord, he's gonna do a miraculous work on America with these thermonuclear missiles that that these nations are building up, which are the Lord's army. All right, they are his armorer. They are his army. Those missiles are part of the Lord's army. All right, you can read that in Job, the 2nd chapter, and you can read in I believe it's Jeremiah, where it's maybe it's 25, 50 and 25. Yeah, here it is. This is Jeremiah 50 and 25. It says, Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh. This is the work of Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. So the Lord got Russia working and testing this nuclear missile that can be shot from 700 miles to hit its target underwater. And then you got all these other nations like India, Iran, China, North Korea, South Korea, whatever, right? They're all working on their nuclear capabilities that the Lord is going to use here on America, okay? So America is singing his last song. You people are here witnessing the downfall of America economically, morale-wise, okay? Politically, you are witnessing it as well, okay? Because these nations are going to hate the whore, all right? And they're going to burn her with fire, all right? All I needed to read in Jeremiah 51. Let me go back to Jeremiah 51 and 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Forsake America, man. This is the time now to be forsaking America. Because you can see, if you're paying attention on social media, that's the real news, right? I say that's the real news because it's people reporting back to the people unscripted information, okay? When you see on social media about the financial systems changing for America, I think they have something coming out called a Liberty coin. And if you go to that AtlanticCouncil.org website, you can see where each country is at as far as building their digital dollar. All right. And I seen also on the social media that China, they have or are already implementing their digital dollar, if they haven't already. Um, there was something else I saw within regards to the dollar, man. There were some other countries that's getting rid of it, but I can't remember who off the top of my head. Nonetheless, okay, these are all things that need and will and must happen for America to be going down the drain. All right. Um, this is this is First Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." Because if you're paying attention to the times, you can see that America's done, man. You can see that that these tariffs have affected America to the point where there's stuff not coming in anymore. And then I seen an article where it said, um, in the coming months, store shelves are going to be empty. And when store shelves are going to be empty, people can't feed their babies, they can't feed their kids. Uh, Women ain't going to be able to maintain their own household. Uh, in regards to uh, the amount of money that they made, because the money is not going to mean anything when you can't, you know, feed your kids. All right, the money's not going to mean anything when you can't clothe your kids. The money's not going to mean anything when you can't pay for your mortgage or your rent. All right, it's about to get horrible out here. Okay, and that's a great thing. And to Wadi Abashim shine for that. Okay. So this says here, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. And the Lord's gonna strike while the iron is hot." Okay, all right. And the iron is warming up. Okay, all right. The pot is warming up. All right. There's gonna be sedition among men, because again, when these shelves start becoming empty, if you haven't been doing anything to serve the Lord to the best of your abilities, all right, then the Lord ain't gonna be able to feed you, man. He's not gonna want to, or he's not gonna choose. He's gonna choose not to. All right. But those that have served the Lord, they're gonna eat, man. Those that have served Yahweh Shema Shai to the fullest, to the best of their ability, to the ability that the Lord has put within that man to serve him, the Lord's gonna take care of that person, man, and that person's family. All right. But serving the Lord comes with a cost. All right, you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice things, and the most important thing that you can sacrifice in this world is your life. And we are sacrificing ourselves for Yahweh Shema Shai, for the kingdom, man. All right, we are martyrs for the Lord. But let me go back. It says, verse 3, 2 Thessalonians 5, 1 Thessalonians 5:3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as a woman as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape it." These tariff markups, all right, that Trump has pushed throughout the world is going to affect you people. Uh, the job loss, the mass amount of job firings, and people not actually being able to be rehired is going to affect a lot of you people. All right, and these things may implement, all right, or be a cause to implement the MOTB. Okay, that universal basic income. Everybody's the same. Everybody receives the same. These smart cities, all these things Esau Edom has planned to come out, uh, is only going to be foiled by the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, the prophets, and then Yahweh Shai's return, as it has said in Job 20 and 23, when he's about to fill his belly, the Lord's going to strike down on him. All right. And then it said in the next verse it's an iron weapon, and that iron weapon is going to be them thermonuclear missiles that's going to lead this place to desolation. Okay. So when it says peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come. Sudden destruction is going to come via thermonuclear missiles, World War III, famine, insurrection in the streets, people losing their mind because they don't got no money, they ain't got no job, they can't pay their bills, they can't feed their family. All these things are causing America to circle the drain, sing his last song. All right, so Lord will, you can see it. Also continue to look in the news, read articles to see how things are affecting to see how things will be affected or are affected because of prophecy. All right. And just keep the hope in the Lord, man. Lord will you is edified to the next time. Shalom.